for by the New World Order.
Oh, you didn't know?
You ready? Let's go!
Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Feed me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is Big Daddy Cool Vinny Ampasella, and I want to thank you for tuning in to the Sportswire right here on Fat Cat Radio. This is now I've been around here for now about a month. This is my fourth new podcast, if you will. I think it's third or fourth, not counting the preview shows. But I am here now. Today is May 11th, 2015. And boy, we got some stuff to go over for you today. We got some NFL commentary that I am going to be talking about. We got some WWE stuff that I'm going to be talking about. I got some good stuff to be talking about. First off, I do want to mention a couple of events that I will be at this week. Coming first on this Friday, which would be May 15th, 2015, over at M&J Video Games and Collectibles on Queen Street. That's 1049 Queen Street in Southington, Connecticut. Signing autographs will be WWE Hall of Famer, the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. And that's this Friday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Also, this Saturday, at the same place at M&J Video Games and Collectibles on 1049 Queen Street, Southington, Connecticut, from noon till 2 p.m., there will be WWE Hall of Famer Tito Santana, Mr. USA Tony Atlas, and the Native American Tatanka. They will be there signing autographs again this Saturday from noon till 2 p.m., and let's see, the coup de grace. Well, actually, I should say this. Northeast Wrestling, NEW. They will be putting on a show later on this month on Saturday, May 23rd in Bethany, Connecticut. I believe at the Bethany Town Hall. And that will be bell time 7 p.m. I believe. Tickets are on sale. Surf on over to northeastwrestling.com and check them out. I will be there. I'm looking to get a podcast interview with indie wrestler Bobby Ocean, and we're going to get all that worked out and give you that information. I will have more information about that show later on my podcast at the end of this week. Now, here we go. May 31st. It's a Sunday. Big day for the Sportswire. First off, on Sunday, May 31st, from 3 to 5 p.m. at First Base Sports Cards and Memorabilia on 38 Center Street in Wallingford, Connecticut. Signing autographs will be current 2015 WWE Hall of Fame inductee, the living legend Larry Zbyszko. He will be there from 3 to 5 p.m. Check it out. Go check it out. Get his autograph. He was a big voice and commentary during the Monday Night Wars. He was with WCW, AWA legend. He was in the WWF back in the day, where he trained under Bruno Sammartino. So definitely on over. I'll be there. Also on Sunday, May 31st is going to be our very first live play-by-play broadcast of the Connecticut Panthers. That starts at 6. Pregame starts at 5:30 right here on Fat Cat Radio. I'm looking to have a great time with that. Come on out. They do play in Meriden, Connecticut. As soon as I find out the field, I will let you know all about that and all about ticket information. Okay, so with the little bit of business out, I also want to let you know, surf on over to our webpage. It has been updated. That is www.swe-ct.com. It has been updated, and you can definitely link to our Fat Cat podcast feed. You can also link to all these other things you can also link to all these other things that I just mentioned right from our website. Definitely like us on Facebook, which is www.facebook.com/sportswirect. Follow us on Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, Tumblr, Foursquare at SWE Connecticut. And I just signed up for SoundCloud as well, so I'm sure that's SWE Connecticut as well. Okay, so what else we got going on that needs to be around? Oh yeah, surf on over to our Fat Cat Radio Facebook page and like them. www.facebook.com/Fat Cat Radio Enterprises. So check that out. Okay, so with the business taken care of and out of the way, we could get on to the show. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, my name is Big Daddy Cool Vinny Apicella. I want to thank you for joining me here today on the Sportswire. It's been a up and down week, if you will, in the sports world. We had the Wells report come out late last week for Deflategate, and the thought process being that the NFL wants to suspend Tom Brady, and so that's a possibility coming up. Got a lot to talk about on that one. There was also an ESPN E60 documentary on WWE NXT that I watched it. It was fantastic. I recommend you watch it. It's called Behind the Curtain, and definitely check it out. It's obviously dated because it's a long-term documentary. Quite a couple of the guys are already up on the main roster, but either way, it shows the developmental process. And I have some stuff to talk about NXT as well in this show. And we've got our Weird Law of the Week that we'll take over later on. All right, so I got some music for you as well this week. This show, some people that have been playing over the past couple shows just to get their songs out there, get their names out there, and check them out because they are really awesome local talent, and I think it's going to be a fantastic ride for them. All right, so let's get started here, shall we, with the NFL. All right, the Wells report came out late last week. That was basically the report that the NFL investigated Deflategate back in February, where, during the AFC Championship game, the Indianapolis Colts, they accused, and I guess it was found out, but they accused the New England Patriots of deflating the balls by 2 psi or whatever the case was. The running theory for the NFL is that Tom Brady had something to do with it, where he was texting or emailing the guys that had actually done it, the equipment managers that were in charge of the balls, that they had actually done it, and that Tom Brady was included in that, in that controversial decision, whatever the case was. Okay, first off, they're basing their findings on the fact that Tom Brady did not want to give the NFL permission to look into his text messages or emails. And that, Tom Brady's been denying it the whole time that he had any involvement with it. Now, let me put this question out here. Feel free to send your feedback to me via Facebook or Twitter or whatever the case may be, because I think I really do think that I'd love to see what you think about it. Okay, so basically, Tom Brady, who is obviously a future first ballot NFL Hall of Famer, arguably the best quarterback in recent history, with in this class of quarterbacks, and he's also married to a supermodel, Gisele Bündchen. I believe that's her name. I don't pay attention too much to the supermodels in the lives of the football players, but regardless of the fact, he's married to a supermodel. So if I'm a big-time celebrity and I'm married to a big-time celebrity, I'm sure we text or email back and forth throughout the day. I'm not saying that they're out there sexting. I'm not saying they're sending inappropriate texting or emails, but just their business, And here's the thing. It's not like the NFL could get a warrant, because they're not law enforcement. So they can't get a warrant. They can't get, send a phone or email or whatever over to the state crime lab for investigation, because they have no authority. All they want to do is look through the stuff. But what they can do is read the stuff, think it's juicy enough, and they can send it over to TMZ. And quite honestly, I think that's ludicrous. I agree with Tom Brady not wanting to give over his phone or email, his text messages or emails. I guess they had worked out a possible scenario where Tom Brady's attorney or agent would have looked through them first and to see if anything was relevant and then send it over. But why should he even have to go through any of that? I think our society and our sports organizations, because of all the PEDs and everything, and you have A-Rod and Ryan Braun both throwing other people under the bus, Lance Storm throwing numerous people under the bus, not Lance Storm, Lance Armstrong throwing numerous people under the bus because of his doping in the racing, in the biking. I think our society wants to have a scapegoat. And I think our society don't want to take a sports star at face value. Now, it's getting to be where, number one, they want the law enforcement to get involved. I'm not saying that's going to happen with Deflategate, because, quite honestly, it's a mountain of molehill. But they're talking about Tom Brady possibly getting suspended up to 8 games. Now that's putting it on par with a second offense of the wellness policy. That's, putting it on par with domestic violence. Is it really that big? I honestly don't feel that it is that big. Especially, let's look at it this way. The game that was played. Now, this is all speculation, of course. There's probable cause for Tom Brady's involvement. Nothing concrete. And probable cause, as we all know, would not stand up beyond a shadow of a doubt in court. So I honestly think that they're barking up the wrong tree with this. Apparently these guys admitted to it, so that they did it. The guy with the last name is Stremski and Lewis, I think. I don't remember their names off the top of my head. But apparently they admitted to doing it. Now, I mean, okay, so did they specifically say, oh, Tom Brady did this, Tom Brady said that? Here are our text messages. No, I don't think so. I highly doubt it. But again, we don't know. So it's tough. But in my opinion, here's my opinion. Here's what I think. There's actually an NFL standard set, a punishment standard set for deflating the balls. Mike and Mike said it on their show. I believe it was on Friday. The penalty is fining the team $25,000. Well, in this day and age, $25,000, especially to Robert Kraft, is chump change. So, I would say fine the team $100,000. But to suspend Tom Brady, one player of the team, who knows? Maybe it could have been one of the wide receivers that wanted to catch the ball better. Maybe it was the running back that wanted to have a better grip on the ball. Why take it out on Tom Brady? Okay, so if Tom Brady gets suspended at all, more than one game, okay, I am boycotting the NFL this year. That means no fantasy football. That means no Super Bowl. That means no nothing. So if going forward in the fall you don't hear anything about the NFL, that's why. So I'm going to be paying close attention to what comes out of it. Troy Vincent, who is the director of operations for the NFL, former player advocate, he's reviewing the case right now, and he'll be able to come up with a suitable penalty within the next few days. I honestly feel that I honestly feel that he shouldn't get that much. Maybe one game, but that's about it. Wow, I just saw this come through on my text message. New Britain, Connecticut, there are 7 bodies that have been found tied to a serial killer. I don't know what that's about. Check your local news for that. But unfortunately, that's coming, close to home. But anyways, we're going to get to our first song right now, and it's going to be Dean Wild. I've played this song on my previous podcasts. Great talent, so check her out. It's the song is called Garden of Eden, and we'll be right back on the Sportswire.
Garden of Eden, I'm dancing through the Garden of Eden. Garden of Eden, I'm dancing through the Garden of Eden. I'm lyrically on another level, got my dancing shoes on, but I ain't dancing with the devil. So don't go mentioning my name, boy. I'd rather sit here playing the games on my Game Boy. You know I've been on top of my game, boy. I'm just spreading love so we can all share the same joy, yeah. It feels good, don't it? Still got a long way to go, but we came a long way from it, oh. I'm repping the South, but I'm from the North, though. Home of the refs, we shooting free throws. This is my Michael Jordan year, I'm on my MVP flow. Look at me go, maybe it's just my ego. I got real followers and they go wherever we go. Dude's got 1 million followers, but none in real life. Yeah, they got the views up, but that don't mean the point of view's right. Now follow me as I'm dancing through the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden, I'm dancing through the Garden of Eden. Yeah, the Garden of Eden, I'm dancing through the Garden of Eden.
Yeah, alright, look, so I'm dancing through the Garden of Eden. I got my shoes on, laced up, ready to go. Let's get this ball on, I'm on my ball wherever I go. In my garden, I'm the sunlight that helps nature to grow. It's only natural I blow, like the wind and the leaves. I'm so breezy, fresh lemon squeezy. Chilling in the garden where needs aren't really needed. Flaws aren't seen, cause we just focus on breathing. Like, I'm just trying to let y'all in for the first time. Please don't make me have to think twice about being nice. Come take a walk with me in the garden that I sowed. Only with the best seeds, come with me and you'll see. No Wonka, but life for me is so sweet. I'm just trying to eat and then feed. Get up on my feet and then leap. Frog over obstacles, all dreams are possible. Even when you wake up, wake up. Dance to the beat of life, cause everything's gonna be alright. Take my hand and let's dance in the Garden of Eden. In the Garden of Eden. Take my hand and let's dance in the Garden of Eden. In the Garden of Eden. Take my hand and let's dance.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was Dean Wild with Garden of Eden here on the Sportswire. I want to thank Dean Wild for actually reaching out to me to play her music. It's that's one of the better songs on there. On her CD. I think she might be going places. But anyways, okay, so we're back now. I will key you into a little bit of a programming note. As I said on my last podcast, we're not going to be going live every week, which is why you're listening to a pre-recorded podcast right now. However, the first Monday of every month, we will be going live. That's right. the next one, June 1st, 2015, we will be going live. That's right. That'll be right here at 7 p.m. on Fat Cat Radio. But here's a treat for you. I can't wait to let you know about this. We are working on the technology to simulcast the live feed not only on Fat Cat Radio but also on YouTube through the Sportswire SWE YouTube page. So, what does that tell you? That means that we're going to work on the simulcast, and that once a month you'll be able to not only hear us live, but you'll be able to see us live on Fat Cat Radio and Sportswire SWE YouTube page. I can't wait. We're gonna start that. That's right, June 1st. Okay. So, anyways, I watched the WWE E6 or the ESPN E60 program documentary on ESPN this past Wednesday. It was Thursday, something like that. This past week. And you know what I have to say? It was very well done. Jeremy Schaap went through and, interviewed quite a few guys. Matter of fact, I didn't realize that Adam Rose, who's currently up on the WWE main roster, started off in NXT as Leo Kruger. And I'm glad they documented that guy, because that shows that not everybody could grasp the character that is given to them. And unfortunately, in this day and age, you don't really have the authority to have creative control over your character like you did in the territory days. Because if you notice, like guys like Roddy Piper, Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Ric Flair, they all pretty much stayed the same. And that's because they got started in the territory era where, their character was their it was their investment. So in order to get to where they wanted to go with their character, they put everything into it. They had to believe in it. Not everybody gets that nowadays, and you could kind of see that. It takes a special person to really grasp the character and run with it. I just watch wrestling. I've never claimed to be on the inside of any kind of wrestling organization or the WWE or whatever, but just from watching it and watching the documentaries and especially the Legends of Wrestling shows, they have to grasp the character. Like another perfect example, Steve Austin. When he came into the WWE, do you remember, his original name and character? He was originally called the Ringmaster, the $1 Million Champion, given Ted DiBiase as his manager, and he was floundering because he didn't really believe in that character. When DiBiase left and went to WCW, the creative team said, "Oh, we have nothing for him. Let him be himself." They gave Steve Austin the control to come up with his own character, and that's where Stone Cold Steve Austin came from. If you don't know the genesis of the Stone Cold Steve Austin name, he's wrote about it in his book, The Stone Cold Truth. But basically, he was sitting with his ex-wife, and his ex-wife was English. So when they were having tea one day, she came out with, she was telling him, drink your tea before it becomes Stone Cold. And he's like, well, that's my name. That's it. You're a genius. And it worked. He just took, he took passion. He put some passion into that character, and look at what he became. Arguably one of the greatest superstars in WWE history, on the Mount Rushmore of superstars. And you really need to grasp that character. So by Adam Rose, who formerly known as Leo Kruger, they changed his gimmick, and it worked well for him because he's able to take this. He's a happy-go-lucky guy, and he took control of his character. And then they documented Xavier Woods, who is, of course, now part of the New Day, up on the main roster. He, Big E, and Kofi Kingston are the WWE Tag Team Champions at this point. They are going to be defending the titles under a Freebird rule, which basically means any two of the three can interchange to defend the titles, but they have to say which two are going to defend the titles before the match. They can't change in the middle, or else that would be a 3-on-2 handicap match. Of course, them being heels, that could possibly happen. But, you know, the Freebird rule's been around. Obviously, this is a Freebird, fabulous Freebirds. Michael P.S. Hayes came up with that, and Demolition used it when it was Axe Smash and Crush. The Wolfpack used it when it was Hall, Nash, and X-Bar 6. So, there have been a few tag teams in history that have used the Freebird rule, and New Day is going to be one of them. Alright, so Xavier Woods, I found out that he holds a dubious distinction in the wrestling world. He has held the WWE and the TNA Tag Team Championships without winning either one of the titles. Because if you remember, he was part of a stable in TNA that won the titles with, I believe it was Consequence. He was Consequence Group, but I think with Pac-Man Jones and I think R-Truth at the time, maybe. But either way, yeah, he won the tag titles without even being involved in the match. So he holds that dubious distinction. But it chronicled his career, his NXT journey, you know, and the fact that he's studying to get his PhD. Now, we know that David Otunga graduated from Harvard Law, and he's an actual lawyer, but we've never had a WWE superstar who was a PhD. And actually, in a recent interview, he said getting his PhD was more important than winning the WWE World Heavyweight title. And I could kind of understand that. You know, not many people. I mean, if you're getting to live your dream and entertain people, and you're not up on the top of the roster, and you're not, you know, you're in the mid card somewhere, just the fact of getting to the WWE is a goal for some people. So I give him props. I give him props for saying that. I give him props for putting his education first. I think that's absolutely awesome. Okay, so the other person they chronicled was Corey Graves. And Corey Graves, he had a great career in NXT. Unfortunately, he was very injury prone, concussion prone. And he had he had a lot of concussions. You know, he was sidelined for a while, not being able to compete. And but here's where the good part came in. Obviously, Triple H told him, you know, you can't wrestle. Doctors aren't going to clear you. You've had too many concussions, and we just, you know, it's a liability issue. And, you know, you have to think about your life instead of just the, you know, WWE. And they actually offered him a commentary contract. And obviously, if you've watched NXT over the past, you know, couple months, he's been a fixture at that commentary desk, as well as on the, you know, pay-per-view pre-shows and everything. So look for Corey Graves to, you know, they signed a 2-year deal. I'd like to see him up on the main roster. I you know, if down the road they want to send Jerry Lawler out to pasture, put Corey Graves out there on SmackDown, because I think he'll be great. As of now, the commentary teams for Raw is Michael Cole, John Bradshaw Layfield, and Booker T. On SmackDown, it's Michael Cole, Jerry the King Lawler, and Byron Saxton. Pay-per-views are Jerry Lawler, Michael Cole, and JBL. So adding Corey Graves to that mix would actually be pretty good for him. But I think he enjoys being down with NXT. You know, he and his family are living in Orlando. And, you know, he's having a great time down there. And he's got his own show on the WWE Network. And, okay, so I'm going to get to another song. This song is a band that I had played on my previous show as well. Different song, though. It's Dixie Still, a great throwback country band They are from Connecticut. Dixie Still here in this town, right here on the Sportswire.
There's a highway sign at the end of this road. I ain't ever been beyond it, but I wonder where it goes. And I watched you board your train, just to be left alone here, standing in the pouring rain. And I feel you with me now, here in love, haggard up, the windows down. Baby, I still wish you lived here in this town. I still cut the grass at your family's place. They say it's been forever and it's good to see my face. This cigarette is gone, so turn a whiskey bottle up. It's another night on my own, yeah. And I feel you with me now, here in love, haggard up, the windows down. Baby, I still wish you lived here in this town. I finally figured out I was wrong. You ain't the best now, baby. And moving on. Tonight we take the stage. Maybe this will be the night that you finally see me play. I'll sing you all my songs, just to pouring out my heart, baby, right where I belong. And I feel you with me now, here in love, haggard up, the windows down. Baby, I still wish you lived here. Baby, I still wish you lived here. Baby, I still wish you lived
All right, that is Dixie Still here on the Sportswire. I want to thank Big Lou for putting me on to them. That, it's a great song. It's a great throwback song, country-wise. And check them out, Dixie Still here on the Sportswire. Okay, so moving a little bit from the sports. This show is kind of taking a different direction altogether than what I was going to talk about. But I was just reading up on, during the last part, I announced about a serial killer in New Britain, Connecticut. And I was just actually, while the song was playing, I was just reading the story that's on NBCConnecticut.com. And, it's amazing because they were saying how, they already identified 4 of the victims of the serial killer, and they were buried behind the Hartford Road Plaza. And the sad part is I was actually just shopping there yesterday, or the day before. It's amazing how you don't necessarily know what's going on anywhere at all. I mean, we could be oblivious to what's going on because we're just not thinking about it. And it's funny because well, not necessarily funny, but it's sad that you never know. There could be, people, missing people, buried, anywhere, all around us, whether it be a shallow grave or just put in a garden with lye or whatever the case may be. Amazingly, I just don't understand the thought process behind people that they're just that evil. And, of course, this is my opinion now, and I'm not obviously a police officer. I have a lot of respect for police officers for the most part. There are some of my friends are police officers, and the good ones, if you will. And there's the police officers are getting a lot of slack because of that. But here's the thing: is like there's just too much crime in our country for cops to keep up with it. Because cops obviously can't be in everybody's house all the time, and they only go based on what they know. Again, just like the Wells report, sometimes they have to act on probable cause because if they're going to prevent a murder, they have to at least get involved somehow. And, it's a tough job. I was talking to a friend of mine who happens to be a police officer, I believe in Stamford, Connecticut. And, that's highty-tighty rich town. But there's still crime there. She was telling me about a guy sexually assaulting a mentally challenged underage girl. And it's like, damn. Why? What goes through people's minds? And it's like, you think about the whole nature versus nurture issue, and it's some things are just genetically predisposed, but wow, it's like that's someone who definitely cannot give consent. Number one, number two, it's like it's just sad. It's sad where this society is going. I know this is not a sermon try to get you to be with God or whatever, but just make better decisions. I'm the kind of person, I'm a Christian, like I said, the kind of person that knows that you don't necessarily have to be a Christian to make better decisions for your life, to get advice before you make decisions, to make better choices instead of just rash decisions. I know that, I know that. So, but wow, that's sad to me. Just how far off society is going nowadays. I mean, look at back quite a few years ago, there was a WTNH Channel 8 traffic anchor, Desiree Fontaine, and she was caught shoplifting in Milford from a mall. It's like, really? You have a great job on a TV station and you're shoplifting, and I believe it was a purse. And I guess some people like the thrill of it, but come on, better decision, people. Common sense. If you don't pay for it, it's not yours. End of story. It's sad. It saddens me that society is just getting to be so bad that people just don't care about, anything. Alright. So, before I went off on that tangent about society, I was going to go into another area of a lost art, if you will, in the WWE, in wrestling in general, and that's tag teams. You look through history, you had some of the greatest tag teams around. You had the Road Warriors, you had Demolition, you had the Rock and Roll Express, the Midnight Express. You had a whole slew of people that were in it not for a World Heavyweight Championship, but for the tag team titles. Look at the Bushwhackers. They won a ton of regional titles. They never once won the WWE World Tag Team title, but they were there to entertain, and now they're Hall of Famers. The Wild Samoans. Unfortunately, society, again, but it's not really society. It's the wrestling fans nowadays, and the guys that want to become wrestlers, nobody gels early enough as a tag team, as a team, to want to compete as a team for the rest of their careers. I mean, look at Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty, the Rockers. They were together in numerous promotions before eventually splitting up because Marty had his, they both had their substance abuse problems. But Shawn was much better of a talent. And, obviously Shawn Michaels went on to greater things and became a WWE Hall of Famer. And Marty Jannetty is still a legend. He's been around a couple times, quite a few times, but he's not in the Hall of Fame and may never be. But you look at the Road Warriors, who up until Hawk passed away were a tag team. I think I saw Animal in WCW on his own, but he still had the Road Warrior gimmick, so it's not like he really changed his gimmick. It was just he was on his own. I just cannot completely imagine, what the state of WWE would be like if they had some solid tag teams. You have the New Day, which is a stable but built of individuals who, really aren't that, who weren't a tag team for years. Then you had, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, who were just thrown together, which is a great tag team. That's the second tag team that Cesaro has been a part of because he was with Jack Swagger and the Real Americans. But the tag team is a lost art. I subscribe to the WWE Network for $9.99 a month. It's the absolute best value in entertainment. And working third shift, it has become quite a godsend. Just being able to watch a lot of the older stuff. And my favorite show on the WWE Network is Legends of Wrestling. It was a roundtable discussion they had when it was when they had the classics on demand, and they put them all in the vault on WWE Network. Check it out. I was recently watching one about tag teams, and obviously Michael P.S.A. is part of the Freebirds, and he was part of the Freebirds for his entire career until coming over to WWE and becoming Doc Hendricks as a caricature of himself. But they said that the tag team was a lost art. Now, a lot of it has to do with budget concerns, because if you notice that one guy is better than the other guy, why are you going to spend, double hotel, double rent a car to have, two guys come when you're just going to push the one? But that's the thing, it's like, they're not, like I liked in NXT how they put together Sin Cara and his partner in the Lucha Dragons, Kalisto, and I just cannot believe how they've gelled together. But again, they weren't an organic tag team. The Nasty Boys, they were together for a long time. They WCW, WWE, ECW, TNA, Japan, and these tag teams would travel together. They just aren't there anymore. I don't know the problem, and I do, know part of the problem. But so many people are so individual focused that if you don't get the opportunity, you're just not going to be able to get there. And some people realize that, and Michael P.S.A. was completely clear with this, that during his run with the Freebirds, he was the worst wrestler of the bunch, but he had the mouth to talk. And it's got the same basic premise of having a manager out there with you. Brock Lesnar, the beast that he is, a lot of respect for him. I don't like him. I don't like how they bill him as a legend when he only wrestled for 2 years. That I didn't agree with a part-timer being world champion or him breaking the streak. But I have a lot of respect for Brock Lesnar. He doesn't want to talk. Put Paul Heyman there, bam, he's great. Would that work with with him? I don't think it would work with him in a tag team because, well, quite honestly, nobody wants to team with him. But some people are thrown together and work out. Look at Billy Gunn. How many tag teams he been a part of? But arguably the best tag team he was ever with was the New Age Outlaws with Road Dogg. Because Billy Gunn wasn't necessarily the big talker, but Road Dogg was. So it just worked out. When he was part of the Smoking Guns, neither one of them were really big talkers. So they had Sonny put with him. Then he was with the Chuck. They worked however they had Rico. But arguably, I would say New Age Outlaws probably the best tag team he's been with. 6-time WWE Tag Team Champions. Actually, Billy Gunn alone is, I want to say it's 10-time Tag Team Champion. Something like that. But he realized that, he was better off as a tag team. He was by himself for a little while as Mr. Ass and then the one Billy Gunn. But for the most part, he enjoyed himself as a tag team. Alright, we're going to get to our next song. This is a new artist that I've never played on the show before. And her name is Ashley Bean. Sounds a pretty good rock song. Check her out on other shows on Fat Cat Radio. So here's Ashley Bean with You Know.
Forgotten dreams, is this what it might be? But I can't stop this. It's something you can't control, but you know that I'll never be alone. And I need this. Can't forget the listen of the sound, and it's all said and done when you can't see in front of you. And I can't forget, it's not something you can risk. And this is not something you want to miss. Tangled into darkness, trying to find the light. Can't find your way. Don't know which way is right, but have you ever taken for each step of your life? Have you ever seen what's on the other side? And I need this. Can't forget the listen of the sound, and it's all said and done when you can't see in front of you. And I can't forget, it's not something you can risk. And this is not something you want to miss. If you hold on, this life won't be gone. If you believe, nothing will go wrong. And if you hold on, this life won't be gone. If you believe, nothing will go wrong. I need this. Can't forget the listen of the sound, and it's all said and done
Alright, and that was Ashley Bean with You Know here on the Sportswire. Check her out. It sounds like a pretty cool rock chick and a rock band, I should say. And yeah, check her out. I'm sure she's on other shows of Fat Cat Radio. Alright, so we got some more stuff to talk about. First of all, I want to reiterate the autograph signings that are coming up this month. This week, actually, starting this Friday, which would be May 15th. And that's going to be from 6 to 8 p.m. At M&J Video Games and Collectibles, 1049 Queen Street, Southington, Connecticut. And that's going to be with the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, WWE Hall of Famer. So check him out. I'll be there. Also, on Saturday, the 16th, from noon till 2 p.m., it's going to be Mr. USA Tony Atlas, WWE Hall of Famer El Matador, Tito Santana, and the Native American Tatanka. They will all be there on the 16th from noon till 2 at M&J Video Games and Collectibles, 1049 Queen Street, Southington, Connecticut. And then on Sunday, May 31st, 2015 WWE Hall of Fame inductee, the living legend Larry Zbyszko, will be at First Base Sports Cards and Memorabilia on Sunday, May 31st from 3 to 5 p.m. Check out those places. I will be at all three of them, and I'm going to try to get interviews. I'm working on trying to get interviews with at least some of them, and just so I could get their stories to my listeners. Okay, so I gotta comment on something. When I signed the Sportswire and SWE up for Facebook, I knew that there was, Facebook is always shrouded in mystery. Not even mystery, but drama. Facebook is big on drama. I know that for a fact. Because it basically mirrors real life. And, it's funny because a lot of times when you're friends with somebody on Facebook, and everybody's guilty of this, you think you know them. Now, as a promoter, because I am promoting Sportswire and SWE, yes, there are many friends on my Facebook page and that I don't know. Because, I'm trying to promote Sportswire, getting quite a few listeners. And, but that does not necessarily mean I don't try to get to know them. I always say hi, I always introduce, myself, and say, I'm from the Sportswire, blah, 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 blah. Okay? But there's very few people that I interact with. So, I was reading comments of a friend, and it escalates quickly because, people don't know each other, and, there are some people that are just ignorant, and, that's all there is to it. I just don't necessarily understand why people have to be so ignorant nowadays. And whether they're playing in fun or whatever, it's just, you don't have to air your dirty laundry on Facebook. I had a friend of mine who, just puts everything on Facebook. This person goes to the hospital for whatever. They're checking in at the hospital and putting exactly why they're there. We really don't need to know why you're there, what you're suffering from. Another person puts, when they're feeling really depressed or upset, or they might want to kill themselves or whatever, and it's like, you don't want to put that on Facebook. Talk to somebody, give somebody a call. I don't like how Facebook has become the be-all, end-all for everything. You just pour your emotions out on Facebook, and it's like, all it makes you look like is you're trying to get attention. And unfortunately, social media is a double-edged sword, because you're right, people want to get attention for businesses or their rapping career or their music career or, their podcast. But again, it's like, why do people have to put all of their business out there? Not that people don't want to know, but if you're interacting and you're friends with people that you don't know in person, many more people could see all this and then could possibly, if depending on the kind of heart they have, use it against you. It's like, yes, if somebody puts down suicidal quotes or whatever, first of all, that's one thing that I'm deeply offended by. I had a cousin who took his own life, and just watching WWE and being a fan of WWE, you see, wrestlers take their own lives all the time, whether it's a drug overdose or, Kerry Von Erich, a gunshot to the head, or Chris Benoit, and his whole debacle. I don't necessarily agree with Facebook allowing there to be a page called Suicidal Quotes. And I actually did report it this past weekend, because I don't think that that's necessarily appropriate for the general public, because, if somebody's feeling depressed and they're feeling like they're that close and they're going to read something like this, in my opinion, they should be held liable if something happened. So, I don't like that. But, it's amazing that Facebook has become the be-all, end-all for therapy for what have you. For everything. It's like, yes, I want to promote the Sportswire, so I'm on there. I'm sharing things that are relevant for SWE. And personal stuff as well. But I don't go into the whole thing. I don't necessarily put it on there, to get attention. Like, I'll put it out there for, gauging interest of something, or polling people, or, just information, not, certain things that I just don't want other people to know. It's quite obvious. It's quite honestly that's what it is, and I just don't necessarily like the idea that everybody has to be in your business, everybody has to know everything about you, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. What I forgot to do is I forgot to wish all the mothers out there happy Mother's Day, belated of course, but if you are a mother, happy Mother's Day. I hope you had a great time, because you deserve it, of course. Okay, so what else we got going on right now? Yes, I know we deviated from sports, but I warned you guys that the Sportswire wasn't just sports. Twitter, 140 characters. You really can't get too deep unless you're going to do this. Unless you're going to do a long connecting tweet chain thing. Yes, I've seen the Twitter wars go back and forth. The Iron Sheik or other celebrities or whatever. And again, if there's celebrities, that could just be for publicity purposes only. But when you're not a celebrity, when you're just a friend, or you're just somebody who's you're a friend, then why put your stuff out there? I'm not saying nobody cares. I'm just saying not everybody has to know. I'm sure you have your close group of friends out there. Give them a call, let them know what's going on, how you're feeling. They can help you. But why put it out to people who just don't know you? Because it tends to get frustrating and people get a bad taste in their mouths about you if you're constantly posting stuff to be dramatic, or posting stuff to get noticed, or get attention. It's like, keep this stuff to yourself. And that goes in life. If you're feeling hurt, you're feeling abused, whatever, call somebody, call a therapist, call a friend, whatever, but don't put it out on Facebook. Because, you never know who's reading this stuff. You never know who's going to, put that out there. Holy cow. Breaking news right now. Alright, here we go. Breaking news right now. Tom Brady suspended for 4 games, and the Patriots have been fined $1 million over Deflategate. And what did I say earlier in this show? If Tom Brady was suspended more than one game, I would boycott the NFL. And that's it. I am now boycotting the NFL for the 2015 season. And that's it. So, I'm sorry, but you're not going to hear anything about the NFL from me this year. I'm not playing fantasy football. I am not watching the Super Bowl. And that's it. So, I'm going to go to another song while I collect my thoughts. And this is, Jay Deuce, Theory of Evolution, right here on the Sportswire.
Come with me on this journey. Yo, back for a moment. I evolved from a family poisoned with poverty, from a home poisoned with dysfunctional tendencies. I evolved from staying on my grind, no resting, while the rest will focus on how many girls they sexing. I evolved from being whack to being the opposite. People say I'm a great writer, might as well be a novelist. I evolved from problems around solutions, from a novice to an undisputed. My lyrics should be added to the Constitution. You can write what I say and make it a 28th Amendment. I evolved into a prudent adolescent. Being immune to immaturity had limited days. I'm still growing out of it like zits on your face. I evolved from the atmosphere of fear, from fist of rage to sorrowful tears, from broken-hearted relationships and moments of cheers, ready for the moment when the enemy's near. I evolved from not knowing none to knowing a little something. I took some hits along the way, so I'll make sure my tracks are thumping. Bad tendencies attached to me until I find the solution. This battle I refuse to lose it. This is the theory of my evolution. I'm forced through the pressure to continue my growth. I can't afford to break the God-given oath. Gotta reach my full potential without losing. Learn to be clean from my past pollution. This is the theory of my evolution. The situation, no answers, find a solution. And everything holding me back, gotta keep moving. This is the theory of my evolution. I take you on a journey every time I speak on the track, taking your mind to places near and far before I bring it back. I share my experiences so you can relate and know it. My feelings may be tangible, so you're in touch with my emotions. Powerful like a locomotive, equivalent to my motivation. Music is high release, cause it's hard to keep containing. Telling you about my setbacks so you can move forward in life. Can't afford to kick back like on the couch with the chords light. I gotta keep making moves like rolling doubles, playing Monopoly, but this ain't no game I can't let nothing stop me. Trials and tribulations raining on me, Lord, please calm the storm. Once the dust settles, will you reveal the reason why I was born? Purpose driven is how I need to be living. I need to not die until I accomplish my God-given mission. So please allow yourself to explore with me. You won't need no backpack or boots to come with me on this journey. I'm forced through the pressure to continue my growth. I can't afford to break the God-given oath. Gotta reach my full potential without losing. Learn to be clean from my past pollution. This is the theory of my evolution. The situation, no answers, find a solution. And everything holding me back, gotta keep moving. This is the theory of my evolution. I'm forced through the pressure to continue my growth. I can't afford to break the God-given oath. Gotta reach my full potential without losing. Learn to be clean from my past pollution. This is the theory of my evolution. The situation, no answers, find a solution. And everything holding me back, gotta keep moving. This is the theory of my evolution.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Jay Deuce on Sportswire, Theory of Evolution. Oh, excuse me about that. I apologize. Isn't it the worst thing to get a coughing fit in the middle of recording a podcast? All right. So, anyways, that was amazing having the breaking news come right out that Tom Brady was suspended 4 games for Deflategate, and that just is asinine for me. I'm sorry, it just is. It's asinine. It's ridiculous. It's ludicrous. There's no reason why Tom. I agree with having. What did I say? I agree with having the Patriots fine. It was $1 million. Okay, that's fine because you're fining the team. It is not Tom Brady's responsibility to look after the balls. Okay, and there was no concrete evidence saying that he was connected to it. So if you want to, and the thing is they're actually putting this deflating of the balls on the same par with PEDs. Give me a break. Give me a break. I'm sorry. So, sorry, folks. You will not be hearing anything from me about the NFL this year because I am boycotting the NFL for 2015. And that's all there is to it. And like I said, I am not a Patriots fan. I respect Tom Brady and what he's done, but I am not a Patriots fan. I'm a Steelers fan. And, just to see this happen is ridiculous. I'm sure he's going to appeal and his agents are going to appeal, which is great. So if it's overturned, fine. But just for the NFL to put this, this incident on par with PEDs is absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion. Okay, so we're going to get to our final segment of the show. That's right. It's the weird law of the week. And this week, we're going to go from another New England state, the ocean state of Rhode Island, the smallest state in the country. Okay, so here's here it is. Weird laws of the week in Rhode Island. No one may bite off another's leg. Okay, so obviously for that to have been put into effect, then somebody must have tried at one point to bite off somebody else's leg. Amazing. Okay. Here's another one. Any marriage where either of the parties is an idiot or a lunatic is null and void. How many marriages would be null and void right now? And whose opinion is it that they're an idiot or a lunatic? It's like, wow, that's just crazy. How many marriages would be null and void after a couple of fights of the wife saying, "Oh, you're an idiot," or the husband saying you're a lunatic, or vice versa? Wow. Oh, that's just absolutely crazy. Here's another one. It is considered an offense to throw pickle juice on a trolley. So obviously somebody had thrown pickle juice on a trolley at one point and they made it. Wow. Let's see. Anything. Riding a horse over any public highway for the purpose of racing or testing the speed of the horse is illegal. So you just can't take a stroll, and even cops on horses can't take a stroll down the highway on a horse. Wow. Oh, that's just funny. In Providence, it is illegal to wear transparent clothing. You may not sell toothpaste and a toothbrush to the same customer on a Sunday. Wait a minute, let me read that one again. In Providence, you may not sell toothpaste and a toothbrush to the same customer on a Sunday. That's just, wow. Where would that even come up with? Wow, okay, so you could, either brush your teeth with a toothbrush or put toothpaste on your finger on a Sunday because you can't buy both. Absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe it. Holy cow. Okay, so we're just about done for today. I want to thank you all for listening to the Sportswire. We are here. I'll be putting up either an interview or another podcast later in the week. Folks, have a great week. My name is Big Daddy Cool Vinny Apicella. I will see you later on the Sportswire. Check out our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/SportswireCT. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Foursquare, Google+. It's all, Google Plus is Sportswire SWE, the same as YouTube. But everything else is at SWE Connecticut. Check out Fat Cat Radio page, Facebook.com/Fat Cat Radio Enterprises. Check out the SWE-CT.com. And definitely have a great week, folks.